The Midnight Butcher. The town of Hollow's End was small enough that everyone knew each other's business. But there was one man no one ever questioned, Elliot the butcher. By day, Elliot's shop looked ordinary. The bell above the door chimed softly. The glass cases were neatly lined with cuts of meat, and the air smelled of smoked ham and fresh bread. He was always polite, always smiling, always ready with a package wrapped in crisp brown paper and tied with string. "Freshest in town," he'd say, his eyes glinting behind round glasses. Families swore his meat was unlike anything they'd ever tasted. Stews simmered rich and hearty, roasts melted off the bone, and the little town seemed to thrive on his mysterious supply. But the town also had a strange problem. People went missing, not the important ones. Never the beloved schoolteacher or the mayor's son. Only the drifters, the lonely, the forgotten. Those who could vanish without too many questions. At night, Elliot changed. His white apron turned dark with stains that never quite washed away. He walked the alleys in silence, his cleaver tucked beneath his coat, humming a lullaby that echoed off the brick walls. The street lamps flickered as though they knew what was coming. If you were unlucky enough to hear the soft whistle of his tune behind you, it was already too late. Back in his shop, the meat hooks swayed like pendulums. The freezers hissed with cold breath, and Elliot worked with precision, humming as he carved, packaging his special cuts for the next day's customers. He didn't see himself as a killer. No, Elliot thought he was helping, taking those who had no purpose and giving them one. Feeding families, filling empty stomachs, bringing joy to tables. In his mind, it was a kind of salvation, but not everyone was fooled. One night, a young girl named Clara pressed her face against the glass of his shop after hours. She wasn't supposed to be there, it was well past curfew, but curiosity pulled her closer. Inside, under the pale glow of a single light bulb, she saw shapes hanging in the freezer. Not animals, not beef or pork, faces. The missing townsfolk stared back at her, frozen, their eyes dull but unmistakable. Wrapped in butcher's paper on the counter was a hand neatly tied with twine like a gift. Clara gasped, stumbled back, and ran home. The next morning, she told her parents. They laughed it off. "Silly child, too many ghost stories," her father chuckled, slicing into a thick roast bought from Elliot's shop just the day before. The meat was tender, juicy, perfect. Clara refused to eat. She watched as her family chewed, laughed, and complimented Elliot's skill. That evening, Elliot closed his shop as usual, humming his lullaby as he drew the blinds. In the reflection of the glass, his grin stretched too wide. He knew the town would never believe the ramblings of a child. He lifted his cleaver, running it along the whetstone in long, slow strokes. The sound scraped like nails on bone. Outside, the street went quiet. Inside, Elliot whispered to himself, "Freshest in town." The light bulb flickered, then went dark.